Hello and welcome. You're watching Times Now. I'm Karishma Singh and we have a very special broadcast planned for you. T20 World Cup 2026 edition. Now the World Cup starts for India in Mumbai on the 7th of Feb versus USA. But the build-up starts right here in our newsroom with the T20 World Cup trophy right here. And I have three very special guests in the studio. I have a studio audience that is very, very excited to talk about the Indian cricket team. But before we deep dive into what are the challenges ahead for the Indian team, we relive the 2024 memories. Here's a quick recap of what went down in 2024 and what is up for grabs in 2026. Three very special guests in the studio here with me. Mr. Venkat Sundaram, he's a former manager for Team India, former cricketer and former pitch committee chairman as well. Mr. Rajinder Amarnath is well here, a former cricketer, and Rakesh Rao, senior sports journalist. Rajinder sir, let me just start with you. What do you think of Team India's chances in this World Cup, the way they've been playing? They just won the series versus New Zealand. The trophy that they've won in 2024 is right here. Do you think they can do it again?
Well, we already brought it here. So why do you have to think about what's going to happen in the tournament? But yes, if you talk about the tournament, there is always a pressure. Pressure playing on home conditions because expectations go really high. But knowing the Indians who have been playing so well, and the new generation, I think, generally, and the way they have been batting, bowling and fielding, I think it's a marvelous team. I wouldn't say we will not miss Virat Kohli or Rohit, but this team has the potential to surprise every team in the T20 format, and I think we are going to be there. I'm carrying the Indian flag right up here, and I'm going to be supporting the Indian team. All the best, boys.
Supporting the Indian team, Rakesh, we must talk about Abhishek Sharma and the form that he's been. 50 runs of 14 balls. Yuvraj Singh teasing him, saying you still can't score in 12 balls. But how important is Abhishek Sharma going to be for this team going forward to the World Cup?
Karishma, see, when we talk about T20, the top order holds the key. Let's just face it. The top three will have to, out of them, if two of them fire, you're home and dry. But here, with somebody like Abhishek, who's been firing on all cylinders from the word go, he's not the one to even, take the first ball and say, okay, let me have the feel of the ball on my bat. He doesn't even do that. The way he treated somebody like Shaheen Afridi, we all remember that. Yes. So you needed somebody like him. It brings back memories of somebody like Virendra Sehwag, who wouldn't even bother to, get his eyes in, and he would straight away attack. So, of course, Abhishek has been an entertainer. And not just that, I mean, the ease with which he executes his shot, the economy of ease we are talking about. And that's so pleasing to the eye. And after that, also, there are a few guys who are like the key. But then also, if on one hand we have Abhishek firing, from the other end, you have a problem to think about.
Well, yes, we will come to the problem. I think I know what you're talking about, but I also want to go to my studio audience here. I'm sure there must be many Abhishek Sharma fans. So please pick up the mic and, tell us what is it that you want to see. I think he wants the mic there. Please pass it to him and, tell us what you think about Abhishek Sharma. What is your message, if any, to him?
So we see that T20 cricket is much of a batsman game nowadays. How much is it that it's going to be more important, the Bumrah's Yorker or Abhishek's six-hitting ability?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
So which is going to be the most important aspect, the Bumrah's Yorker or Abhishek's six-hitting ability?
I think a mix of both, because you just can't have one thing. Because these days we see 200 getting chased down more often than we ever saw. Yeah. So that means it is not that you make 200 and then, the bowlers are still getting the stick. Earlier, if there was 200 on the board, it wouldn't get chased 9 out of 10 times. Yes. But now at least 5 to 6 times it could get chased in conditions that we see in India. So Bumrahs will have to still bowl, even if he concede, say, 200 runs, somebody from the top order has to stay for the first 15 overs.
Yes.
So now it's a mix of both. So you just can't say that the batters are going to win you the games, although it appears that our batters are helping us win, because after all, at the end of the day, we all still maintain that cricket is a batsman's game.
So one more question, that
Sure.
as we are seeing that the batsmen are playing with the highest strike rate, like 200 and 200 plus,
yeah.
How much are we going to make a batsman like Virat Kohli, which gives us stability in the middle order and plays long innings, like playing innings of 50 balls, 80 runs?
That's his role. If you take Virat's strike rate, which is almost run a ball for almost 80% of his innings, and then he lets loose, because what he has to do is he stays there and others revolve around him. The entire batting revolves around him. That's the role given to him. If you go, if you just go back and see the kind of role that he has played, he hasn't gone, slam bang from the word go.
Yeah, in the finals.
That kind of a right has been given to people like Abhishek, Surya, Hardik to an extent, because as you go deep down the order, you'll see that others can hit as long as Virat is there. But now that Virat is out of the equation, so somebody will have to play that role.
Yes.
So, but you have Ishan, you have Abhishek, you have Surya, they all bat and like at the top gear straight away. But they are sensible enough not to throw their bats around. So let's give them some respect there.
Yes.
But they are making the most of the first 6 overs for sure.
And now I'd like to come to Mr. Venkat as well. So like I said, you've been the pitch committee chairman. The Indian conditions, do you think it's going to help them to the extent that they can win this trophy that's right here again?
Well, you see, normally in T20 cricket, you get very good playing conditions. But there is a factor which we have to consider, because, we are playing this tournament in February in India.
Yep.
As you've seen last few days, the weather has changed. It's become very cold in the north. And this tournament is being played across India as well as in Sri Lanka. And Sri Lanka also, the conditions keep changing very rapidly.
Yeah.
There's always a threat of rain in Sri Lanka. And in the north of India, it is raining in several parts. So I think dew is going to be a huge factor. And we've seen that, the teams that win the toss win the match. That's how it's happened against New Zealand as well as South Africa earlier. And in other matches also, we've seen England. So I think that dew factor is going to play on the minds of the players. I don't see too many teams choosing to bat first. They like to chase, because it's not that chasing is easy. It's just that the ball, once it becomes wet, two factors come in. The bowlers can't grip it,
and
because it slips.
Seen the way Indian team has just chased down in two of the matches, 15 overs, 10 overs.
And the same thing happened when we lost the toss. The other team fielded and Indians were looking pretty lost. Yeah. The other factor that comes in is the white ball swings for about 4 to 6 overs maximum. After that, it stops swinging. So what happens is because of the dew and the wetness that comes into the ball, it becomes heavy. Have you noticed how many catches have been dropped? Especially by the team fielding second. Why is that? Because the ball becomes very heavy. And when you practice, you're always protecting yourself from injury. So they wear all sorts of bands on their fingers and things to protect their fingers from getting broken. And therefore they're cautious. But it is exposed in a match, because there you don't have any such extra protection. And you have to either go for the catch or... I was shocked to see New Zealand dropping absolute sitters. Yeah. It looked so out of place that you just wanted to switch off the TV. This is the level of international cricket. I mean, our school boys and boys here would be fielding better than that. So I feel that these are factors that need... The other thing about the Indian team, which you said, can they win this trophy? You see, it's a catch-22 situation. Rakesh and others talk about, Abhishek and him going for the ball. It's not going to come off every time.
Yes.
And if your top order, say you're 20 for 3, which often happens against Pakistan, especially in England, when the Indians are playing them there, right? Then your whole team is exposed, because your lower batting order has to click. And in a 20-over match, you don't have that much time. So your first, say, 5-6 overs, if you lost three wickets, then the pressure is on your lower order batsmen. Now, how good are they? How are they able to handle the pressure and deliver results? So that will decide whether they're going to win a tournament of this size, and with the expectations of the home crowd. So the pressure is definitely on the players, and I think it'll be a good, tournament as such. We'll see some good cricket. Let's not forget there are 3-4 other very good teams. You've got Australia, can never rule out Australia as a team. You've got South Africa, who played well. They've got all these teams, because of IPL and others, they've now got spinners. It's not one-sided, only fast bowlers, right? So now the Indian conditions being what it is, in a 20-over match, you're not going to get square turners. At best, odd wicket may be slightly slow, especially in the later stage if it is warm. So these are the factors which play on the mind of a captain while selecting the team.
A warning, so to say, that it's not going to be easy to win this trophy right here in our studios again. But Rajinder sir, I want to come to you with this whole arch rivalry aspect, India versus Pakistan. Do you think the arch rivalry is there the way India overshadows Pakistan every time we step onto the field? And second is this whole posturing that the Pakistan Cricket Board is trying to do with Mohsin Naqvi meeting the Prime Minister and saying we'll take a final decision on Friday or Monday, 5 days before the tournament is set to start, and they're supposed to take on Netherlands, in Sri Lanka. What do you think about this whole Pakistan Cricket Board tantrums?
Well, coming to the first question regarding the pressure, I think the pressure is going to be tremendous on Pakistan because Pakistan have proved time and again they are no match for India in the international tournaments. They have lost every time, except maybe there are few cases where they have been able to curtail the Indian batting. But by and large, if you see the record of Indian team against Pakistan, we have had a one-way traffic. We had just gone, played, and just picked up the trophy and came back. So the pressure definitely is going to be more on Pakistan. But yes, you cannot say that there'll be no pressure on Indian team because they have to continue to dominate Pakistan. So planning will definitely play a very prominent role. And the combination of the players, the team selection will also be. I think Gautam Gambhir knows the conditions very well in India, what sort of a combination he would like to play in India. But India-Pakistan match has been played in Sri Lanka. So the conditions are going to change in Sri Lanka. So hopefully the management, the team management will be there early on to gauge the conditions and accordingly have the combination. Now coming to your second question about Pakistan delaying their arrival in India. Maybe they want to take a few more days, the way Bangladesh has taken, and finally when Bangladesh decided, no, they are not coming to India. I always felt it's like bad rubbish not coming to you. And as far as Pakistan concerned, if I'm using the word if they do not participate in this T20 World Cup, they are going to be in a thick soup, a soup which they cannot drink, a soup which they cannot drop, a soup which will be in their bloody system, and they will not be able to puke it out. Because like Bangladesh, which is going to be facing the tune now, because ICC has been very strong with their statements that there will be sanctions. There will be sanctions, and what kind of sanctions are going to be there? And similar thing can happen to Pakistan, but Pakistanis are known to ditch good friends. We have seen Pakistan owes their cricket to India. It was India which brought them into the ICC in 1950. I don't know, many of you probably don't know. It was Indian BCCI which promoted the name of the Pakistan Cricket Board at the meeting. At that moment, most of the teams were not, or board, as you can say, the board of different countries were not keen to have Pakistan because of their reputation. But India pushed Pakistan and got them the membership in the ICC. Now, if they do not play this tournament, I think they are digging their own grave. And if they are banned like Bangladesh, for 2 or 3 years, the cricket is finished.
Cricket is finished. I want to go to studio audience now. What do you think if Pakistan does play the World Cup? Do they have any chance of coming close to this trophy?
No.
But what do you think about the India versus Pakistan match? What do you think about the hype around it? Because the performance from the Pakistan team is never able to match the hype that an India versus Pakistan match creates.
Like it's a high intensity match and it's very बहुत अच्छा मैच जाता है एंड हमें काफ़ी मज़ा आता है उस मैच में क्योंकि बोथ साइड अटैकिंग प्लेयर्स होते हैं लाइक विराट कोहली इस साइड तो काफ़ी इंटेंस मैच आता है एंड मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है आपसे कि वाई सूर्या इज़ अ बेस्ट कैप्टन आई थिंक हार्दिक पांड्या इज ऑल्सो ए कैप्टन क्योंकि उसकी जो माइंडसेट है वो काफ़ी अटैकिंग रहती है That's why.
That's an interesting question.
Because even I feel that Surya is not the captaincy guy. You know, he's not a captain material, to put it in as many words. And secondly, his form is not so consistent. I mean, he just got runs recently. Otherwise, he's been struggling. Any captain who is not in form means it's serious trouble for the other other 10 members of the team, because he is short of confidence because he's supposed to bat and he's not scoring runs. If he is the guy who's supposed to be doing the, the major scoring, or also score at a certain pace that he's reputed to score. And of course, like you spoke about Hardik. Hardik, we have seen what he did with his, franchisee once. I mean, in fact, twice we have seen, Gujarat go and actually win the title. So that was something special. But then that was, again, very, very limited information to go by. How he leads the Indian team is yet to be seen. But yes, Surya sometimes doesn't look the part as a captain. And if his form goes down, then he becomes a liability to the team. But yes, I think we can't be too harsh on the guy right now because it's on the eve of the World Cup. But yes, but then captaincy, do we have a choice at the moment? Like you were saying, Hardik, but Hardik has issues with his fitness. So he has to deal with that. So Indians just can't have too many skippers, or we can't be building captains just like that. You have to build them slowly. So it'll take time. But yes, Surya in form, I think will do a better job than Surya, and being a captain. I mean, that role of captaincy adds to the pressure. And playing in India, of course, and you are in the World Cup, and just what the Indians have experienced with the women's team, being the host, they won the cup, and look what it did to women's cricket. So retaining the cup in India with a new captain, without Virat, without Rohit, that will be a different story. But yes, Indians at their best will be tough to beat in India. Of course, Indians will start as one among the favorites. Yeah.
And I would now like to go to this side of the studio audience and talk to them about our bowling unit, because our discussion has been very batting heavy. Like Rakesh said in the beginning, said top order is important, but so is the lower order. So let's just talk about our bowlers. You have Jasprit Bumrah, you have Arshdeep Singh. What would you want to, say about them? And what do you think about Team India's chances for the 2026 World Cup? We are the defending champions.
सर, मेरा ये एक सवाल है कि अभी जो मैच हुए हैं न्यूजीलैंड के साथ, जो T20, तो उसमें कुछ प्लेयर्स हमारे खेल नहीं रहे थे जो अभी खेलने वाले हैं. तो आप इसको आप किस नज़रिए से देखते हैं, क्योंकि वो डायरेक्ट फिर वर्ल्ड कप खेलेंगे?
देखिए, आप सब
जैसे जसप्रीत बुमराह हो गए और तिलक वर्मा हो गए.
बिल्कुल. देखिए, जब आप एक स्क्वाड लेते हैं, 15 लोगों का स्क्वाड, आपको अपॉर्चुनिटीज देनी पड़ेंगी उनको to play. And if they are not playing in the playing 11 on every single match, if you play your best 11, that won't help. So you have to give opportunities. You have to give rest to like Bumrah. That's the way it is done. You just try out everybody. Tilak is rested. Tilak will be back. But the problem again, as you said, the problem will be you don't have wicket-keeping options in the team, and your wicket-keeper opener is not clicking at the moment. So that's a source of worry. So yes, overall, people will come by rotation. And that is true because you have a larger team. You don't have just 12 members in the team. You have more. So you have to give opportunities and keep them match ready. Yeah.
I think we are bombarding Rakesh sir with a lot of questions, but we'll also stick to questions that I'm asking. And I asked about, Jasprit Bumrah and the bowling unit. What is it that you want to say to the Indian team or to the bowlers? What do you think about them and India's chances? How excited are you for this World Cup?
Yes, ma'am. अपनी bowling बहुत अच्छी है और Jasprit Bumrah and Arshdeep are a very good bowler all over the world. Or we have a very good chance of winning this World Cup.
We have very good chance of winning this World Cup. This trophy that is right here, he means this, of course. But Rakesh sir in the beginning spoke about a problem. Venkat sir, let's come to the problem. I think it is Sanju Samson. He's been getting a lot of chances, but not really capitalizing on that. In the last 10 innings, he probably has just 150 in T20 innings of his. Do you think we have a concern there?
Look, this is not the time to experiment. You've got a World Cup starting in 4 or 5 days. So you should have done your homework by now. If he's in the squad and if he's the main keeper, well, you have to trust him and go with him. If he's clicking, it's fine because he's a dangerous batsman when he gets going. And with Abhishek, he forms a good partnership, right? Cricket is played in partnerships, whether you're bowling or batting. So even in fielding, I've seen, there's no point in cover, mid-wicket, mid-on. So you have a chance for a run-out, for example. And it's a split decision who's going to pick up the ball and throw. So these are things which happen in partnership. So I think Samson is a good player. Form is always, it can be up and down. We talked about Surya Kumar Yadav, and our learned friend here said that he's not good captaincy. I was a little shocked to hear a seasoned man like him talking about an Indian captain not being good enough. What nonsense. He is the only guy who's able to bring these youngsters together. There's no ego in him. He might not be clicking, but he's good enough to click any match. He's got the scores behind him, and he's got the experience. And I also feel that Hardik Pandya, who's also being named as captaincy material, well, his fitness is in doubt. And he's not sure of his place in a one-day team for that reason, though he plays good cricket. But he's a very vital factor. Even when we won it last time in the West Indies, in every match he performed, whether with the bat or with the ball. You see, you don't have to score a 50 to win a match. You might need a quick 20. Or you might have to take 1 wicket here or 1 wicket there or 1 catch here. He took some brilliant catches as well. We forget his fielding. He's unpredictable. But he's very, very dependable. So I think that, this is a difficult choice, but I think we've gone with Hardik, with Sky, and he's an experienced player. And if he can keep the group together, because, this is a team game, and team spirit is very important. The team that shows this, attitude of I have to deliver for the whole team to win, they will win this trophy. So I think it's going to be a very close contest.
And you feel Surya Kumar Yadav has been keeping the team together?
Yes, absolutely. And even when he was not scoring, the whole team used to revolve around him. And he made some very, good bowling changes. Because in a T20, you have to frequently change the bowling because you got only 4 overs per bowler, you got 5 bowlers, so you got to rotate them depending on the batsman and things. This field placement is very good. So I think that overall, this is a bit unpredictable. This game itself is a bit unpredictable.
I see Rajinder sir smiling. I want to know why has that happened?
I'll tell you. See, cricket is played in 2 different manners. And players also approach the game in 2 different ways. There are players who do a lot of planning before the match. And there are players who go to the field and then take the decision what to do. So as far as captaincy is concerned, once the captain is announced and he knows he's going to be there right through the tournament, his confidence level definitely rises. And team also knows that he may not be getting runs in 1 or 2 games or 3 games, but he has the potential to produce a sterling performance which can take the team out of the woods. So here I personally feel that the team has to rely on the captain who's going to be leading them. And secondly, you have an experienced coach who knows the conditions so well. So planning could be done before the match or it could be done on the field. That needs to be seen. A good captain is the one who takes the decision on the field and not does the planning before the match.
And you spoke about the coach. So that question also needs to be asked. Can Gautam Gambhir do a Rahul Dravid?
Why not? Because I'll tell you one thing is very, very clear. When you're playing any international tournament or any international match, you know the weakness and the strength of your opponents. And also you know your own weaknesses. If you carry your weaknesses on the field, you're a damn loser. I can tell you that. Because you're only thinking about your weakness and not of your strength. A team which does well on the field is a one which only relies on its strength. It carries number of options up their sleeve, 1, 2, and 3, but they do not want to rely on the option 2. Their option 1 is the one that should bring them dividend, and that is a team that wins the day.
Now, I'm sure everyone has their own set of superstitions when we are watching India match. Like, I will wear the same dress that India won Champions Trophy in. I was there, or India won the T20 World Cup in. I'll wear the same dress if India reaches the finals. When you are watching at home, what is it that you do that is, similar for every match? That today I have done this, India has won. For the next match also, I will do this only. Like it is sitting in some place or wearing some sort of a clothing or being with the same set of people. Just tell us a little, whoever wants to take this question here.
Like that sitting in that particular place in that corner of the sofa, sticking to that one corner, not moving for at least 2 to 3 hours, watching it, finger
Has
crossed.
that won India matches?
Yes. सही हुआ है तभी तो उसको बार बार अप्लाई किया है.
इस साइड भी ऐसा कुछ हुआ है? Does anyone have any superstitions here? The guy right there.
Yes, like wearing some sort of watches, some sort of like we have to sit in that specific position and watch constantly for 2 to 3 hours.
So I hope all of you are ready to sit in specific positions or with the same watches for the entirety of the tournament.
I'll tell you an incident of 1983.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the Indian victory of 1983, which really changed Indian cricket altogether. And there was this game which India was really struggling against Zimbabwe, where Kapil Dev got his famous 170-odd runs. India was in doldrums, totally in doldrums. They were 5 down on, I think, 20. And everybody, like the top cream was cooling their heels in that pavilion. And then Kapil started hitting. And Indian team manager was Man Singh. And we always called him Peter because he thought he played like an English captain. So when Kapil started getting those runs, he was standing at one corner. And he didn't move right throughout the innings. And when Kapil was batting, he didn't allow the players to get up from the seats or wherever they were standing. And only when the Indian team was in a comfortable position, then they mingled around and started laughing and cracking jokes. So it happened with cricketers also. It happens with a lot of people who are watching, and mostly with those who are involved with your team. I can understand your feelings because the entire country is involved in that game, and entire country always wishes India to do well.
Absolutely. In fact, I was reading about some of the cricketers. Some of them keep something red colored with them, or they'll wear some pad first.
His elder brother, Mohinder Amarnath, used to have a red hanky sticking out of the pocket. So that was a well-known one. Gavaskar would wear something new on the first day of the test match. Anything. It can be a pair of socks, pads or whatever. So people do have it like that. But yes, superstition means all your education, all your thing, everything is set aside for those, for a day, to whatever it is. You stick to your superstition because it has worked for you.
Do you have one?
I don't have anything in particular. Nothing but, of course, you keep wishing for the very best for the Indian team because I'm an optimist by choice.
Many cricketers in the dressing room, if they're wearing their trousers, they'll put their first left leg in first, or they'll wear the left pad in first, or they'll put the left glove first.
Yeah.
So they have all these idiosyncrasies. But it's all in the mind. It's a superstitious belief, rather, because you perform well, you think. Like, some people don't even wash their clothes in a test match for 6 days.
Oh my God!
So all this, and there are people who have been wearing torn clothes to play. I've seen in first-class cricket a torn shirt because a lucky shirt,
helping us win
or a
matches.
torn shoe. Because you're playing for the state, but still, or for the country, and you're wearing a torn shoe. Because it's a lucky shoe.
It's a comfort zone that takes you in. Basically,
it's all in the mind.
When you start playing, you want to be in that comfort zone, and then you can perform well.
And also, when they enter the ground, they'll make sure that their right foot goes first.
Right or left?
No matter where it is, if he's a left-hander, he can have his choice. The right-handers could have a different choice, but it'll always be the same foot first. Yeah.
But I've seen cricketer walking backwards.
Really? Okay, they step in with
the batsman, not going with his focusing to the wicket, he's looking backward. You know that cricketer.
Looking at his teammates.
You know that cricketer.
Well, the fun is going to continue, but at this point in time, it is time for a short break here on Times Now.
The union.
Well, welcome back. We are talking about the T20 World Cup that is going to begin next week for India versus US in Mumbai. The trophy right here in the Times Now newsroom. Special people here as well. Sir, now let's talk about, what is the message that you want to give to the Indian team? All the negatives and positives have been discussed, but now it is time to stand with our team, support them, and ensure that they win this particular trophy again. What is it that you'd want to say? I'll start with Rajinder, sir.
Well, I'll just simply say, forget the word fear. Remove it from your dictionary. Be positive, and the world will be at your feet. India, you can do it. Kyunki Bharat Mahan hai.
Venkat sir, you sounded the warning. You've been very skeptical of the Indian team through this show, but now what would you want to say as they begin their campaign? This has not been done before, that any team has won this trophy twice in a row. Do you think this team can do this?
Firstly, they should forget that no team has won the trophy twice in a row. They should believe I can do it.
We'll edit this out.
Yeah, I can do it. That should be the approach. And I think they should play to their strength. They're a terrific team. There's a good combination. They played well in the warm-up matches that they've been having. And I think they should believe in their strengths. They should play to their potential and believe that they can win this trophy. That's the first thing. If they believe they can win this trophy and see that in their hands at the end of the tournament, it will be there in their hands.
Rakesh sir, coming to you, they are of course former cricketers, so they talk from that perspective, but we are journalists, we have to be non-biased. What do you think about India's chances, the way they have been playing? They will have tough competition. If I talk about the Super 8 stage, there are going to be some tough matches for them as well. In fact, each match could be very, very tough for them. So what do you think about, it's all about just that one match?
Karishma, it's about, Indians will sail through the league phase.
Yeah.
It's a knockout that makes all the difference. And looking at India's strength, I know that if India continues to play its A game, Indians will be very difficult to beat. But that is the easiest thing to say. But at the same time, there will be challengers who are equally prepared. And all these teams which have been playing IPL for the last 15, 17 years, they know the Indian conditions almost as well as the Indians do, because Indians don't normally get to play as often as they should be, because most of them don't, they're not seen playing in domestic games as often. So yes, there will be teams which will do well in India, but India being India, the home support could see, home support for me is a double-edged sword. Because the pressure can mount when you're not doing well. If you have a bad start, the pressure can, the support can lift you. But if you take it as pressure, then you are in serious trouble. Because this we saw in the 1996 World Cup semi-finals as well.
Home
conditions, but
home
the pressure, if these 11 guys in the middle take it, like we saw in the 1996 World Cup semi-finals, that was against Sri Lanka at the Eden Gardens. Indians looked right on top. 1 for 2 Sri Lanka, and then everything just went to pieces. But when we are looking at all the optimists, being an optimist by choice, I think we should be looking at what can happen. Yes, there will be bad days for India. Indians have the resources to sail through. But yes, complacency is the only thing that can beat Indians. But then anybody on that day can be a match winner, because India has a good number of match winners there, a good number of all-rounders. Somebody will click, somebody will not. But yes, India at its best, India is going to keep this cup right here.
Keep this cup right
India.
here. And, before we wrap this up, we have a special message also for the team. I'm going to request everyone to come forward. And with this trophy, we are going to be giving our best wishes to the Indian team, the camera right there. And what is it that we want to say to the Indian team? The tournament starts on the 7th of February. So here's wishing them all the very best. And here's hoping that they win this trophy right here that they won in 2024 again. And Times Now will be bringing you all the updates when the World Cup starts. Stay tuned for more news and updates right now.
Let's go India!
All the best, India. Do well.